Screw it, guys. I will say it. LinkedIn right now is just an absolute mess. But hear me out. In this same video, I'm going to tell you exactly why right now there's still such a massive opportunity on LinkedIn. So, I don't know about you, but I spend less and less time on the feed these days because let's be honest, it's just all of the same like AI bullshit, like people claiming that they can replace your team or your X, Y, and Z with just a very simple AI workflow and that it runs their complete outbound systems and whatnot. Like yesterday, I won't pull it up, but yesterday I saw a very interesting post. I saw a post where someone was claiming that he built a complete AI consultancy team, like able to replace X, Y, and Z. And I was looking at that, and it was just like a bunch of props. Now, I'm not saying they're not useful, but let's be honest, guys, it's over promising, right? So, I don't know about you, like LinkedIn, but it is still the number one business platform there is. It's still the number one platform to sell high ticket clients if you're a coach, consultant, a service provider. And let's be honest, I'm still growing massively on LinkedIn because I still believe in the platform. But I make sure that I use 5 rules, which I will explain in this video. So rule number one, guys, something that I want you to be super freaking conscious of is that you're not a full-time content creator. You're just using content as a way of marketing. So one of our best clients, Julius, I spoke about him a few times on his channel, and when he came to us, he was like, "Yo, Jesse, I don't care much about virality. I just want to get high-ticket clients." And that's exactly what we did. Like after a few months, he signed 6 of his ideal dream clients, and the way we did that is by just putting out the right content. The right people came to him because he was speaking his truth. Like he's a life coach, so for him, like authenticity and personality matters a lot. Like he does a lot of deep work with his clients. So obviously he needs clients that align with his lifestyle, with his mission, with his values, with his philosophies. And content, guys, is the best way of doing that, right? Because with our content, we're able to attract like-minded people. Like content is a magnet you put out to attract like-minded people. So guys, don't fall in this trap that people tell you that in order for you to get clients with your content, you have to become a full-time content creator. No. Like if you don't want to do that, don't freaking do that, right? So that's number one, right? The second thing, and this is what all of our best clients, when they come to us, they talk about this one thing. It's about positioning. And what do I mean with positioning? Positioning is just a very fancy word for who you help, what problem you solve, and how you deliver it, right? I talk a lot about this in my videos as well because this is such a core concept. And content, guys, is just a vehicle to share this positioning with the world. So it's very much a layered process. First of all, with our clients, we just make sure their positioning is dialed in. Who they help, what problem they solve, how they deliver it. And secondly, the content just becomes a vehicle. As I just said with the first rule, the first thing that I really want you to understand is that content is just a vehicle. Like some people use ads to grow their business. Some people use affiliates to grow their business. If you're watching this video and you're in the same camp as me, we're just using organic content in order for us to grow our business. Like I love content. Yes, in the beginning of this video, I shit a little bit on content on LinkedIn, but it's just basically because there is so much noise, and I will get back to this point in a second. But at the same time, that always gives us an opportunity. And point number 5 is exactly that thing. So guys, number 2, positioning is key. Content is just the vehicle. Then rule number 3, and something that I really want you to internalize. This is one of those things that most of our clients, they wish they had learned earlier. And this is that getting high ticket clients on LinkedIn, it's not necessarily about more reach. It's having the right people see your content. Why do I know that works? Well, one of our best clients, Michael, he had 221 followers when we started working together. 12 weeks later, he signed a 7-figure client for his agency because the content was dialed in. His positioning was dialed in. So it was very clear for his audience what problem he solved for who and how to deliver it. His content was dialed in, and the right person just literally raised his hand. And point number 4, we'll talk about this concept as well. But positioning is key, guys. But at the same time, when your content is dialed in, you don't need the masses to reach out. You don't need the masses to engage with it, and you certainly don't have the masses to just check out your profile and just fill in the link. Imagine if 10 people book a call tomorrow, right? You will be doing a lot of calls, right? Because if they're all unqualified, like, come on, we don't need that. But if 2 people per week, 2 qualified leads per week book a call with you, that's much better, right? Because let's be honest, like if a qualified person books a call, you can easily assume that that the close rate will be 50%. You're closing 1 new client a week. Right? For most people, that is already changing their business in such a massive thing. So guys, the fourth rule that I want you to install and want you to understand why LinkedIn in 2026 is still such a massive golden opportunity is that LinkedIn has a bad rep, right? Not for the reason that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, but people hate selling. Like some of our best clients, they come to us and they're like, Jesse, I don't want to cold DM people. I don't want to pitch slap people. I certainly don't want to use any sleazy sales tactics. And I'm like, yo, I am exactly in the same boat. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to force people to book a call with us back in the days. And now we don't even do calls anymore. I don't sell cold DMs. I'm in the exact same camp because I understand that when my content is dialed in, whether it's my YouTube content, my LinkedIn content, my emails, when that's dialed in, the right people come to us. And the same that I mentioned with Julius a little bit earlier is that he had his best clients come to him without cold DMs, without pitching people, without forcing people on a call and just really like arm wrestling them, etc., sending follow-ups, etc. No, when his content and his positioning and his profile, all these things were dialed in, his messaging was on point, the right people came to him. And then it was not about doing sales. It was about having conversation with people that are just literally raising their hand, whether that's in a post where you say like, hey, send me more or DM me this or comment me this, or basically people just sending you an inbound message. Like I get so many DMs from people like, hey, Jesse, tell me more about how you help people solve the client acquisition on LinkedIn. I'm like, cool, here's the details. Or some of our other clients, they just get messages because their content is so dialed in. And if you've been watching this video so far, you know that content being dialed in, positioning being dialed in, that's like the red thread in everything that we do. Because without that understanding, without that foundation in place, nothing really works, right? Let me give a sip. Let me get a sip of my nice coffee. But so far we've covered a lot, right? We've covered how you don't want to become a content creator, but you just want to use content as a vehicle, right? The second thing is that you want to dial in your positioning because then content down the line becomes much easier. The third thing is that you don't need more reach, but you need the right people to see your content. And the fourth thing, guys, is that fuck sales, fuck being salesy. Like have a conversation with the people that are already raising their hand and are just interested in what you're doing. You just basically have a conversation with them and you just figure out if there's a need, if there's an opportunity, and you go from there. And then the fifth one, guys, and this is exactly, or this is kind of weird, the fifth one, the fifth rule, the fifth thing that I want you to install in your head, and this ties all the way to the beginning of this video, is that yes, LinkedIn is noisy. Why? Because the barrier to content creation has just basically gone to zero. Like when I started writing content back in 2019 or back in even 2016 when I posted my first blog post, remember 2016, that's like such a massive time ago, like a long time ago, but I had to write from scratch. And the same in 2020, the 2021, 2022, etc. Like we all had to write from scratch. Like so I built so much skill of writing, and that's cool. But now people that have never written a LinkedIn post can literally post on LinkedIn in 5 minutes, not even in 2 minutes, right? So there's so much content, there's so much noise. But as the barrier to entry has gone down, I would say the barrier to quality has gone up as a result of that, right? Because creating quality right now is harder because you have to first pierce through the noise. Plus, there's a lot of copycats. There's a lot of things like whenever I have a viral post, which these days is still 40% of the time my posts go viral, the next day I see a copycat. The next day, the other day I had to block someone because they literally copied my post one-to-one. And I'm not saying that you can't take inspiration from someone else, but copying one-to-one, that's plagiarism, right? But anyways, so there is so much noise. There is so much noise on LinkedIn, but at the same time, you're an expert. You got 5, 10, 15, even 20 years of experience. Like some of our clients, they sold our company for 8 figures. Imagine the experience, the expertise, like the density of their ideas. And that's all what we do. Like, so when we position them right, we use that expertise, we use that specific knowledge. As Naval Ravikant talks about that, like specific knowledge is going to be such a massive differentiator, because anyone can write a post, but no one can write a post like you. You can only say the things you can do. The same for me. Like, I've written 2,000 plus posts on LinkedIn, but you can also write a post how people can write a great LinkedIn post or whatever, but I can infuse the lessons and the fuck ups and the blood, sweat, and tears from writing those 2,000 posts, because I've learned things that you haven't learned. I have the nuance, I have the sauce that you haven't learned. And similar in your business, like, you have done the thing for many, many years. You've worked with your clients for many, many years. You have solved a lot of problems in that specific industry, in that specific direction, right? And that's where I want you to write content about. Like, yes, there is more noise on LinkedIn, there is more noise on any social platform, but the need for specificity, the need for personal insights, the need for, like, just the earned work, that's what people long for, right? The same thing on my YouTube. Like, I'm sharing things from lived experiences. Like, I'm fusing conversation that I had with our clients. I'm not using a fucking teleprompter. I'm just sharing a story that I know is valuable for the people watching, because I know it's valuable for our clients. Our clients tell me it's valuable, so I know, okay, cool. It's valuable for some other people. Great, share more. So I'm saying the things only I can say, right? And that's also what I want you to do. So if you made it till the end of the video, guys, that's literally the biggest takeaway. Like, yes, there will be more and more and more and more content. Like, it's March 2026 right now, and trust me, LinkedIn is going to be more busy, more noise, more people being copied. Like I said, most of my content, because it goes so viral, it gets being copied all the time. Cool. First of all, it shows me that I've done something right, because it gets copied. Second of all, it forces me to keep innovating. But at the same time, and the third one here, that's the most important one, is that I need to say the things only I can say, because that's not, they can't copy that. Like, if I speak from personal experiences, from lived experience, whether with my personal life or my clients, that's the shit they can't copy, right? Because it wouldn't make sense. Okay, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, check out the full system in the bio below, and then I will catch you next. Cheers.